Well, first up, we're getting in breaking news about a blast that has been reported in Ganderbal area. One school student is reportedly killed. Two are injured. Sources have also said that one schoolboy was also killed and two have been injured in this blast that has occurred at the Baba Saluni Mansabal area in central Kashmir's Ganderbal. Okay, so we still don't know the nature of this blast. The preliminary information that is coming in is that one child has died as a result of this blast that has taken place. And remember, all of this news is coming in at a time when there is a huge encounter that has taken place in the Udhampur district of Jammu and Kashmir, where security forces are engaged in nabbing two terrorists who are still believed to be at large and one who has been successfully captured. This is the latest bit of breaking news that we are coming in. We still don't know the nature of this blast. We are trying to get in more information and details, but unfortunately the blast has killed a school student in the Ganderbal area. And we are also getting some information that there are some injuries reported. This is the latest bit of news that we are getting in. As it is, there is a heightened terror alert in the country. Okay, we are getting more information on that breaking story about a blast that has been reported in Ganderbal. Our strategic affairs editor Gaurav Sawant is also here with us in the studio. Gaurav, another blast that is being reported, and this is all coming at a time when, you know, the security forces are engaged in a very tense and in a very, important encounter to try and nab those two terrorists. Already BSF Jawans have lost their lives, and this is a very daring attack that had been made by the terrorists earlier in the day.
That was in Udhampur, this blast in Manasbal. We are still waiting for the latest details, but the latest pictures and for the moment I want to quickly cut across to these latest pictures that are coming in from this site where a terrorist was arrested alive. These are Jammu and Kashmir police personnel. They now have the terrorist in their custody. They've now covered his face. This is a legal provision that is required for the test identification parade that will subsequently be carried out. You have the village defense committee members, armed VDC members you see in these pictures. They're asking journalists to stay away. You also have the army's special forces in these pictures. You have the CRPF. So this was a joint operation. After interrogation, this preliminary interrogation, this man has now been handed over to the Jammu and Kashmir police for further interrogation. This man you see on your television screen, a VDC member, village defense committee member, an army special forces Jawan and the Jammu and Kashmir police. A joint operation that was carried out. Avantika, this was the terrain where these operations were carried out, and this man who now we know his name is Qasim Khan, Usman, and not Qasim Khan, and he's apparently from Faisalabad in Pakistan. That is what we've learnt initially. Now he's been brought to the roadhead. The encounter took place on the roadhead, and then he ran away into the forested area. That is where the army chased him.
And Gaurav, for the benefit of viewers, if you could just tell us, of course you mentioned about that massive joint operation, but what happens now from here?
From this point on, this man will be interrogated. He's already being interrogated. Ashwini Kumar, our reporter from Jammu, who's presently there. These are the VDC members who played a crucial role, some of them who played an extremely crucial role in the arrest.
Tell us a little bit more about these village defense committee members, Gaurav.
The weapons that the army was carrying for this operation, they were carrying flamethrowers, rocket launchers, and that goes on to show the intensity, the quick reaction team of the adjoining battalion that immediately...
Well, this is a huge victory for the armed forces, isn't it, Gaurav, for our, soldiers who put their own life at stake to tackle terrorism, to face these militants who, go through years and years of training to attack countries, to attack, innocent people. So a very big breakthrough for our armed forces. We are getting in another reaction there. Let's just try and listen in and get more information about the encounter.
सर इसने बहुत तंग किया हमको, इसने बहुत कुछ बोला, बहुत टॉर्चर किया हमको, इसने बोला वो मार देंगे, धमकी दे रहा था, लेकिन हमने अपने घर वालों को अपने भी हिम्मत रखी। हमारे भी छोटे बच्चे छोड़ के आए यहाँ पे, हम ले गया ऊपर तक, कोई 4 किलोमीटर तक ऊपर ले गया। भैया आपका नाम क्या है? नाम विक्रमजीत सर। राकेश माशा सर।
आप जब सुबह ले गए, आपने बताया आपको गालियाँ निकाला था, किस भाषा में क्या बोला?
कुछ नहीं, इसने बोला कि मेरे को रास्ता बताओ, मैंने फरार होना है यहाँ से, फरार होना है।
सुबह कितने बजे की बात है?
फरार हो, मैं चलो ठीक है, कल आपको कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा मैं, कोई आप डरो मत, तो हम चल पड़े, 7:30 मेरे साथ थे, चल पड़े हम। चलते चलते जब कोई रास्ते में बैठे भी हम, बैठते बैठते ऊपर चल के 4 किलोमीटर पर होता है, इसको खाना खिलाया, इसको भूख लग रही थी, इसको खाना खिलाया हमने।
कोई काम पे जा रहा था, उसके बाद रोटी थी होटल से,
खाना खिलाया इसको। बाद में इसने एक साइड में हो गया, मगर इधर कोई डर नहीं है, हमने इसको पकड़ना था, किसी हाथ में पकड़ना था इसको, एक हाथ में एक साइड हो गए, पकड़े इसको। तो तब तक ऊपर से पुलिस आ गई, इसने देखा पुलिस आ रही है, अब ये मेरा बचना मुश्किल है, इसने हमारे पे टॉर्चर करनी शुरू कर दिया। लेकिन हिम्मत इनकी भी, इसने उनकी गर्दन दबाई और मैंने उसकी गन पकड़ी। उसने इतना बोला, गन पकड़े बड़ा कुछ को इसने बोला कि मेरे को छोड़ दो, मैं भाग जाता हूँ, मैं कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा। माँ मुक्के मारे, हिंदी में मारा करा, हम मेरे को छोड़ दो, मैं भाग जाएंगे। लेकिन इसने मारा मुक्का, हमको ही मारा, इसको मारा, टक मारे हमको यहाँ पे, इनको भाई को मारे। उसके बाद मैंने इसकी गन पकड़ी, इसने पकड़ लिया। तब तक आवाजें लगाते रहे, आए ये 25-30 आधे घंटे तक आए पुलिस वाले। झूठ को बोलना,
लोग भी पहुंचे,
हम लोग
इसको पकड़ लिया। उसके बाद आपने पकड़ के इसको गन पॉइंट पे वहाँ बिठा के रखा, किस तरह रखा? गन मेरे हाथ में थी, इसने शूट किया इसने, लेकिन वो जो निकला टिकल मेरे हाथ में था, दब गया मेरे हाथ से, लगी मेरे को भी ये साथ में। उसके बाद तब तक ये आपका नाम?
मेरा नाम राकेश कुमार।
राकेश, आप सुबह जब इनको आप लेके गए, आप इसको कैसे लेके गए, क्या बोला, और उसके बाद सारी घटना?
सर मैं सिर्फ अभी उठ ही रहा था सर, बैठे थे तो नीचे सर आवाजें आ रही थी कहीं से, घर वाले बोल रहे थे कि कहीं फायरिंग हो रही है, पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है। मैं उठा बाहर देखने के लिए जा ही रहा था तो नीचे से आ गया सर, इसने सर इनको भी पकड़ के लाया सर, 1-2 और था सर किडनैप किया इसने सर, वो हमारे साथ है नहीं, वो भाग गए सर बाद में। तो ये पकड़ के लाया, बोलने लगा मैं आप मेरे साथ चलो, मेरे को रास्ता बताओ कहाँ तक मुझे ऊपर जाना है, कहीं जहाँ पे कोई पकड़े नहीं, मुझे सेफ जगह पे पहुँच जाऊँ मैं। और सर मैं सोचा मैं नहीं जाऊँगा सर, इसने सर गन खड़ी कर दी सर, मैं अपनी सेफ्टी के लिए सर इसके साथ चल पड़ा सर।
देखिए आपकी जान का भी खतरा था, आप जान भी जा सकती थी, पर तब भी आपने हिम्मत दिखाई, किस तरह से सारा किया है? सर
इसके साथ हम चलते रहे, देश की खातिर सर, भारत माता की खातिर सर, हम चाहते थे कि सर कोई बात नहीं, अगर हमें सर नौकरी नहीं है तो सर क्या हम ये तो कर सकते हैं, इसको पकड़ के सर कर सकते हैं सर।
जहाँ आपने पकड़ा उस जगह का नाम क्या है?
सर हमें नहीं पता सर, बड़ी दूर है सर हमारे घर से, ऊपर चिरडी होगा सर उस जगह का नाम। मैं भी सर जम्मू में काम करता हूँ, पंडित का काम करता हूँ सर, मैं यहाँ पे घर पे आया था 1-2 दिन के लिए।
Okay, we are getting first eyewitness accounts there from the villagers who had been taken hostage. Reportedly, they were the ones who helped catch this terrorist, Usman Khan, that you're seeing on your screens right now. His face has been covered, and they were giving details of what exactly happened while he was there in their house, while he barged into their homes. He did ask for a meal or so, and he did request them to let go of him. However, very, very brave village defense committee members, and they're supporting the armed forces in this very big breakthrough of nabbing the terrorists. And we also heard some very interesting details there, Gaurav, from most of these eyewitnesses, and giving explicit details of what it must have been a very nerve-wracking moment for them as well. I mean, just to have a terrorist in your home demanding for food and then trying to let go of, but still look at the strength of them, and the very fact that they were adamant that they're going to get this person held, and they supported the army and the other Jawans to get the terrorists nabbed.
Spot on there. When you look at terrorists, let's quickly cut across and listen in to former J&K Chief Minister Umar Abdullah.
कश्मीर में तो वैसे ही हालात खराब थे, नई मिलिटेंसी की जो शुरुआत हो रही है, नए पढ़े लिखे नौजवान जो हैं और ज़्यादा मिलिटेंसी में जो है एक दिलचस्पी दिखा रहे हैं। आज आपने जम्मू में हमला होते हुए देखा, वो भी जम्मू के ऐसे इलाके में जहां पिछले कई सालों से हमने उस इलाके को पूरी तरह से मिलिटेंसी से जो है आज़ाद कर दिया था। ये एक और सबूत है इस हुकूमत की नाकाबिलियत का।
ये क्या ये शिफ्ट हो रही है मिलिटेंसी फ्रॉम वैली टू जम्मू?
बिल्कुल शिफ्ट नहीं हो रही है, लेकिन दोबारा उन इलाकों में मिलिटेंसी देखने को मिल रही है जिन इलाकों में हमने मिलिटेंसी पूरी तरह से क्लियर किया था। ये हुकूमत की नाकाबिलियत और उनकी फेलियर का एक बहुत बड़ा सबूत है।
कल एक और डॉक्टर को पकड़ा एयरपोर्ट पे, तो जिससे एक और चीज़ आया हो रही है कि काफ़ी पढ़े लिखे लोग भी अब टेररिज्म में इन्वॉल्व हो रहे हैं।
अब उस डॉक्टर का भी मैं कह नहीं सकता हूँ, विलायत से आया था, काफ़ी साल विलायत में रहे वो। अब हम सबूत का इंतज़ार करना चाहेंगे कि क्या वाकई उसका मिलिटेंसी से कुछ लेना देना था या नहीं। ये ऐसे ही अगर पकड़ की बात चल रही है तो उसमें दोबारा से सोचने की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी। अभी तक इसमें मुझे लगता है इन्वेस्टिगेशन हुआ नहीं है। इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो, असेंबली का सेशन लगे, उसमें मुझे लगता है गवर्नमेंट को सबूत के साथ आके हमें कन्विंस करना होगा कि ये लोग जो विलायत से आ रहे हैं उनको पकड़ने का काम किया जा रहा है, वाकई उनका मिलिटेंसी से कोई लेना देना।
कांग्रेस ने
ये सिलसिला चलता आया, बीजेपी ने कांग्रेस की हुकूमत को डिसरप्ट किया, अब कांग्रेस वाले जो है बीजेपी की हुकूमत को डिसरप्ट कर रहे हैं। मुझे लगता है एक बहुत बड़ी गलती जो 25 मेंबरों को सस्पेंड करने का जो लिया गया फैसला वो गलत था, क्योंकि उससे ऑपोजिशन में और जोश आया और जो पार्लियामेंट सेशन चलने की थोड़ी बहुत गुंजाइश थी, मुझे लगता है वो गुंजाइश खत्म हो चुकी।
पढ़े लिखे ISIS के फ्लैग्स हर
Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah. Well, he is playing politics now and taking a political dig and potshots at the government for its inability to tackle terror that is spreading its tentacles across the country and lauding his government in the same breath for wiping, terrorism in his state while he was the chief minister. But Gaurav, do you think that this is the time to play politics? Don't you think that this is really actually the time to celebrate our armed forces and especially, the Village Defence Committee members who worked together in this massive joint operation to capture terrorists? And as we speak, the armed forces are still in the act to nab the 2 terrorists at large.
You're absolutely right that as one country we should speak in one voice and not indulge in petty politics at this stage. Unfortunately, our politicians don't seem to do that, and especially in the face of external threat and external terror. Now, this is a Pakistani terrorist who's been caught alive. There is a pattern to these terror attacks. What we saw in Gurdaspur, 3 Pakistani terrorists came in, they crossed the Ravi River, attacked the police. Brilliant job by the Punjab police in killing them. A.S. Dulat, former Raw Chief, says terrorism is shifting south of Pir Panjal from Kashmir to Jammu and from Jammu to Punjab. You have to be very careful there. There's also a big alarm bell that's ringing in North Kashmir where local Kashmiri boys, educated boys, they're going to the forest and they are becoming terrorists. Pakistan is aiding them in Kashmir. Pakistan is aiding terrorists in Jammu. Pakistan is aiding terrorists in Punjab. There is a wider pattern to this that the nation needs to come together and combat, Avantika.
And I think, isn't that far more alarming, this new wave of terror that we are seeing? In fact, everybody has been talking about the kind of new face of militancy that we are seeing, Gaurav, of late. It's showing a certain extent of professionalism, and these youngsters it's not that they're ignorant, they are far more informed, they're far more exposed to what's happening around them. And I think that is even something that is of more grievous concern than terror in itself.
Spot on there, spot on there. Educated youngster becoming terrorists is one part of the story that we need to battle in North Kashmir. These Pakistani illiterate boys being sent in as terrorists is the other part of the story. Very, very similar, eerily similar to Ajmal Amir Kasab, who came in on 26/11, and this chap who's come in now from Pakistan's Faisalabad. His interrogation is expected to reveal much, much more in the times to come. India Today's Shujaul Haq now joins us with the latest from Srinagar. Shuja, you've been tracking and you've been speaking to your sources in the intelligence agencies and the Jammu and Kashmir police. What more can you tell us about this terrorist who's been arrested?
Well, Gaurav, this is, as a lot of people are, telling me in the security forces, that this is a gold mine of information that they have got their hands on. A man being caught alive who was a part of this entire operation is being investigated, is being questioned, interrogated. A lot has already come out of him, and they are expecting that a lot will definitely come from him from here on as well. What we've so far learned is that his name is Usman, and he speaks a language which is a dialect that is spoken on either side of the line of control, close to the hills. He is 16 to 20 years of age, very young, so to speak, and has been part of a terror group. He has had extensive training in handling weapons. AK-47 was on his person. He was he was telling the villagers that he had another person with him who has already been killed, and now he wants to find out a way to escape. We've been also told that this particular individual has told the locals that he had come from Pakistan and had infiltrated probably just in last 1 week. Though that is questionable, we haven't gotten an official version on that, but this definitely opens up a lot of information for the security agencies. Gaurav, you see, there has been a pattern in past few months. There were attacks carried out of similar nature in Samba area.
then you saw Gurdaspur attack, and now this one as well. This is also been carried out on a national highway. And as far as our sources are concerned, from a preliminary investigation or the inquiry from this particular individual, they had a specific target in their mind. They wanted to carry out this attack on National Highway 1A, and were told to find out a convoy of security forces to be specific for attack. So clearly this all information is being collated at this point of time. It will be a huge success for the security forces when they sort of sketch together all the plan and the mission.
Absolutely, Shuja, but the encounter is still going on. Do you have any updates about what exactly is happening now there? We know this massive joint operation that is in force right now, combing operations also that are going on to try and hunt those two terrorists who are still at large. What's the latest that you're hearing from the security forces?
Well, as of now, we've been told that a combing operation is on as we speak. The army, the security forces, which includes the special operations group of Jammu and Kashmir Police, is in process of carrying out a huge search operation in and around the mountain areas of that part of Jammu division. We've been told that a huge stretch of mountainous area is being searched at this point of time, because there is a suspicion that there could be more militants who were a part of this entire group and possibly had fled into the hills. The army has pressed in commandos. There are paratroopers who are also on the job. We've been told that choppers have been pressed into service. A huge contingent of paramilitary force, which includes the CRPF, is on the job. So a very, very large-scale operation is being carried out. There is no gunfight at this point of time. This is only a search operation, combing operation that so to speak, as the security forces are calling it, is being carried out. But what the main focus at this point of time remains on this particular individual. He, for the security establishment, is a gold mine of information. They will definitely try and crack him and find out what exactly was the modus operandi, who was behind it.
And he apparently is giving very conflicting versions. He initially said his name is Qasim, then he changed it to Usman. He initially said he's from Faisalabad in Pakistan, trained by Lashkar-e-Taiba. He's changing his statements repeatedly. He said one thing to the police, saying another thing to other security forces, Shuja, it seems.
Well, that's right, Gaurav, and that's exactly where we need to be very cautious about. In fact, I just was speaking to the top officials of Jammu and Kashmir Police. They were advising caution to the media as well. They were saying that at this point of time, all the information that we are picking up from the ground could be sketchy. It's not wrong, but it could be sketchy because, let's just remember, he was caught by, members of Village Defense Committee. There were a lot of villagers out there. What he told them probably could not be exactly what is the truth. So that's what the security forces, particularly the Jammu and Kashmir Police, is suggesting to us as well, that be very cautious when you put out the information, because there could be changes in the versions. Eventually they will find out what the truth is, but at this point of time, what he has told the locals out there could not be exactly right. So that's the caution that we are also being given out from the Jammu and Kashmir Police.
Okay,
to wait and
Lieutenant General Raj Qadian, former Deputy Chief of the Army Staff, joins me on the broadcast. General Qadian, you've served extensively in this area. What do you make of terrorists striking NH1 Alpha? What do you make of one terrorist being caught alive, apparently a Pakistani?
In the security environment, one of the most difficult operations is to beat an ambush. Today, that is what our troops have achieved, because an ambush is always well planned. They catch people sitting in vehicles who are at a disadvantage. There is no maneuverability. They are caught by surprise. But if our security forces today have not only killed the two terrorists, but more significantly, have captured one alive, I think it's a tremendous success, and all people involved deserve our compliment.
Absolutely, General Qadian. Thank you so much for joining us. A commendable effort there by security forces, and especially by those unarmed civilians who very bravely took on the terrorists and worked along with the security forces to nab the terrorists who you're seeing on your screens right now. Short break here on India Today. We'll be right back with more updates.